Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kalynn vallee, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some life-changing habits that will make you glow up inside and out. These are things that I've added into my daily routine that have truly helped me look better, feel better, and walk in peace and purpose that God has for me. So if you're ready to change your life, this wellness routine is for you. I went from scrolling hours and hours on TikTok, feeling like I was rotting my life away, to being a single mom to twins, all while running and thriving in my social media business. And you don't get to point A to point Z by unhealthy and bad habits. Trust me, girl, we had to lock in. I use all of these habits that I'm about to show you in this video to live a well-balanced, healthy, and prosperous life in Christ Jesus. So without further ado, let's get into the first thing. Habit number one, waking up early. Terry Savelle, she's a speaker and also known as the cheerleader of dreams, says if you'll change your morning routine, you can change your whole life. Oh, and how about this one? The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Y'all, how you spend your morning can often tell you what kind of day you are going to have. And like I said, I'm a single mom, and it is crucial to wake up early before my children to get my life in order, girl. I need time to pour into my body, soul, and spirit. And that's point blank period. We need to be taking care of each and every single one of those. And that is why I wake up early, not only for the Lord to pour into me, but also for me to pour into my soul, body, and spirit. Like, girl, we actually have to take some action and read the books, move our body, and study that word to keep us motivated, disciplined, and encouraged. When I don't wake up before my children and we're waking up at the same time, it's chaotic. Me both and my toddlers are trying to use the bathroom at the same time. I also want to add, just for all my mothers out there, also just understand what season you're in, because if you're in that newborn season of motherhood, you're waking up every hour, if not sooner. So there's a time and a season for everything. So know your season, but let's not make the excuses. I also want to know that I don't wake up every day before my children in the crack of dawn. I would say 4, maybe 5 days out of the week, I wake up several hours before them, and then the other days are like an hour or 45 minutes. I'm a single mom, and rest is important too, but like I said, we're not being lazy and we're not making the excuses. So I love just making this fun. While coffee isn't the healthiest thing to drink first thing in the morning, sometimes it has to do, girl. But I do love teas, because I think to myself, like, I'm already up, why not just drink a detoxifying tea? And there are so many healthy benefits to tea. It's a natural detox. It gives mental clarity. It boosts your metabolism. Come on now. And it enhances your brain function. Now, I'm gonna be honest, most days I'm drinking my coffee in the morning because we just go together real bad. Next habit is spending time in my word. Like I said, we are taking care of our spirit, soul, and body over here. So reading my word is an absolute must, girl. I need to be reminded of his promises. I need to be encouraged and motivated. I need to be reminded of the fruits of the spirit so I can act correct with people, my family, and my children. Hello. We need to be renewing our minds daily. The Bible says that David had to encourage himself in the Lord. 1 Samuel 36 says, and David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. Now, I will also bring up habit stacking here. I've been reading the book called Atomic Habits, and it has been a life changer. One of the things that it echoes in this book is getting 1% better each day, and also the concept of habit stacking. So after I finish reading my Bible, after I pray, this will be the time where I take time to journal, read a book for 20 to 30 minutes, go over my dreams and goals, read my affirmations. Y'all, we have an adversary, okay? And he's not playing about where he wants our future to end. So why would you play about your future? And if we're not taking time to get in our word, to educate ourselves, to write the vision and make it plain, we are not going to get any better. We are going to continue to be stuck in the constant loophole of feeling like we have no purpose. And that is just not true, because God calls us higher. And He has a plan and purpose for every single one of His children. So I highly recommend purchasing Atomic Habits by James Clear. I will link it down below in my Amazon storefront in the description down below. Okay, next habit that is going to change your life. Let's talk about it. Moving your body, girl. Now, the Lord had to work on me with this one, because child, I was making all the excuses in the world. I ain't got time. I'm a single mother with not one but 2 kids. I can't go to the gym because who's gonna watch them? Baby, I was coming up with every excuse in the book. And what they teach you in school, and my dad used to say this to me, excuses are the tools of the incompetent used to build monuments of nothingness. Because it is so true, girl. You ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna do nothing if you keep making excuses for not starting that business, starting your social media journey, writing that book, applying for your dream job. Time don't wait for absolutely nobody. I say all that to say, I just had to have faith and show up, because once you start incorporating a new habit and you see the benefits of it, you can't go a day without doing that habit. Like, you brush your teeth every day because you don't want your teeth to rot, right? You brush them so that they can stay white and clean. And I think this just speaks to the constant war against our flesh and spirit. Baby, my flesh did not want to get up and move my body, but my spirit knows that it is good for me. Galatians 5:17 says, for the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. So I stopped making the excuses and started working out, and now that I see those results, I'm never stopping. You hear me? Okay, we are called to steward our bodies. Our bodies are temples. Like, not just taking care of our bodies so that we can look good, but how about so that we can live long and healthy lives, so that we can run after our children, right? And this is Kalynn speaking almost 5 months into her fitness and just health journey. And something that I didn't realize, working out actually gives us energy. Believe it or not, I feel so accomplished after working out. Like, yeah, I did that because I did. And you're not going to feel like it at first, but that's the struggle, girl. That's with anything. We don't want to do what is good for us, and that's why we need to call upon the Lord and ask for strength in areas that we are struggling. And if you're really struggling, I recommend going on a fast, which is what I did, because I had to lay gluttony at His feet, for real. I had gotten up to 240 pounds, and I just hated the way I felt. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I fit into clothes. And now, since the consistency of working out, I have lost almost a total of 30 pounds, and I am 4 pounds away from being my pre-pregnancy weight. This vlog is a little older, but now I'm even going to the gym, because it takes sacrifice and no more excuses. Because guess what? If I want to go to the gym, I have to wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. And thankfully, I live with my mom and family, and so they are able to watch the boys while they're not waking up in the crack of dawn. But, you know, in case they do wake up. All that to say, let's steward our bodies well and move our bodies. We are going to feel so much better, girl. Okay, the next habit is getting ourselves ready for the day and just taking some time to put some time and energy into ourselves. I feel like I keep saying this, but it is so real. I'm a single mom, and something I just had to get out of doing and saying was that I don't have enough time. And I feel like this is just such an important habit, because when you look good, you feel good. And I felt like I had no time in the day, and to be honest, I didn't. I'm doing every single thing by myself, and there would be days where I'm like, where did all my time go? I graduated from college last year. Would it be 2024? I believe so. Yes, May of 2024. And I felt like I had more time when my twins were newborns, when I was a full-time college student and doing content creation full-time. I was asking the Lord what in the world was going on. So I went on a fast with this one too, because I I felt stuck in the mud, and the Lord answered, but I had to get honest with myself. It came down to how I could be a better steward of my time and just doing kind of a time audit to see what I was spending my time on and where I possibly was idling time. And like I told you in the beginning of this video, I used to mindlessly scroll on social media. And we gotta talk about this, girl, because you're literally rotting brain cells when you're just mindlessly scrolling on social media. The question that you have to ask yourself is, why are you watching somebody else live their dreams when you're not living out the dreams and visions that the Lord has called you to? Something that Terry Savelle Foy also talks about, look her up on YouTube, y'all. Change your life, change your mind. But she talks about turning your car into a university, and she just also talks about dead time in your day and turning that time in your day to education and learning, and to watching sermons and watching godly podcasts and watching things that have to do with, you know, growth of your business. And I'm not knocking social media at all. It has its upsides for sure. And I would even say social media influencers that actually motivate and inspire you. Hello, here's my audition to be your new favorite influencer. But no, I have my list of influencers that I watch, pastors and just podcasters that I watch that actually uplift me, that teach me, that, you know, pour into my spirit, like all the things. Like, we can use social media in a good way and not just mindlessly scrolling and rotting your brain away. And so I hope this video so far is encouraging you and inspiring you. And if it is, pause this video and go hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos, girl. But going back and bringing it full circle, once I started managing my time better and actually pouring into things that mattered and the things that I knew the Lord was calling me to, there would be nights where I would be spending time on my business, because that's the only time I could edit was when my children were sleeping. I would have only 4 hours, and I would say, Lord, for every hour that I sleep, multiply it. So I would be getting 8 hours of sleep, and it would really feel like I got 8 hours of sleep. What does the Bible say? Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened unto you. And James talks about you have not because you ask not. So don't be afraid to bring these things to the Lord, and like I said, bringing these struggles to the Lord and asking him for help. Okay, as you can see, my twin boys are now up and my morning is in full effect, because actually my niece has been here over the summer, so she stays with us as well. But it's okay, because we have allowed the Lord to pour into ourselves, and we have actually taken action to pour into our soul, body, and spirit. And we feel prepared, and now we can pour that overflow into our children. So the last habit is taking our vitamins and eating a healthy, nutritious breakfast. Now, I will be the first one to say I need to get better at taking my vitamins, but girl, they are so good for you. And I even heard vitamins like B12 are like natural energy boosters. Look, y'all, I'm talking about the caffeine like it's going somewhere, but should we actually give it a try? I don't know. I love my coffee. But let's talk about cooking a healthy, balanced meal, because the Lord had to do a work on me with this one as well. It's really just a heart posture thing, and wanting to be in the will of God and just living out his purpose that he has for you on this earth. And for reference, y'all, I was a D1 volleyball player. I also gained 100 pounds with my twin pregnancy. So your girl was going through a lot at one time on top of navigating single motherhood. So if I can do it, y'all can do it. And similar to working out, it really just came down to laying it at the feet of Jesus, because I would find comfort in food. I would run to food when I was stressed, when I just wanted to escape, when I was happy, when I was sad, when the babies were asleep. I munch. And girl, I simply just had to learn some self-control when it came to food. And girl, maybe this is your sign to fast. I went on a fast with this as well, because it's something that I could not do on my own. I had tried and tried. I would lose the weight and I would gain it back. I would lose the weight and gain it back. And it was just so frustrating. And then it finally just came to a surrender. And Jesus holding my hand step by step, I slowly learned self-control. I learned how to say, Oh wait, you're full, girl. You don't need another 4 tacos. For real though, this was something quick and easy. I know it seems like a lot of eggs, but that's one little hack. Add a lot of vegetables to your eggs, and girl, it make you feel like you're eating a whole plate. And also something that I've recently seen is my girl Jade Amber. She adds cottage cheese to her eggs, and it just adds like a extra protein, which is great, especially if you're trying to, you know, lose fat and gain muscle. And y'all might think I was too much for adding the asparagus on top, but girl, this meal was too good. I also got into my word again as my little pea peckers were eating on my food. I like to read to them and really just stay off my phone during the morning shift so I can pour into them. Unless I'm like doing the dishes or cleaning up, I'll have my headphones on to watch a sermon or a podcast, or we'll even put like worship music on in the mornings. But I hope, loves, this video was helpful, and if it was, let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and also make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok to make sure you're staying up to date with my short form content. And if you want to learn how to develop some Proverbs 31 women habits, watch my latest video. Bye, my loves.